Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the sounds.
Yeah, can you hear the sound
Uh,
effects? Music? Did you did,
uh,
did you go to the link I put in the chat and load Sirenscape?
No,
oh,
I don't think
oh.
he was here when we.
Sorry, in the very beginning. Sorry, in the very beginning of the game session, Evan, I pasted a link, or near the beginning. Hold on, I can do it again, but it's
I think I see it. I see it. I see it.
yeah, Sirenscape. Yeah, that link, Sirenscape link. Click on
Got
that,
it.
and you
Got
should
it.
be able to hear the music and sound effects.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, that's what it was. I accidentally did move the king. Apparently. Oops. It's a little too crowded in here.
We got it.
Okay. A little too crowded as people maneuver around on pews. There we go. Okay. All right. So, the rat. Right, we were on to this. So, the rat. The rat. Nameplate. Reaper. Reaper. And Reaper needs to be linked to a character sheet, which I think I got on here. Is there a character sheet for
It
Reaper?
turned into Minnie Mouse or
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
It did.
Oh, let's go
Oh.
see Princess Alenza.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. Um. Okay. Give me. Oops. Okay. If you can give me a, I don't know, a stealth roll for Reaper. Let's use
Okay.
stealth. We'll give it stealth. Close enough. Good enough. Yep. All right.
17.
All right. Can you control Reaper? I think you can.
No, I see his name, but I can't control.
Okay. Well, I'll put him. Where do you want him? Right under here.
Yeah, just be. I mean, if you want to just drop it right there,
That's fine.
it would be under, but
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fine. Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And his entire point at this juncture, Grim is basically gonna. I mean, he's gonna try and stare ahead, but he is listening
Mm-hmm.
through Reaper to what people are saying in this area.
Right. Okay. Perfect. So his ability to hear would be, I don't know.
It's rat hearing, but I get to hear through his
Yeah.
ears and see through his eyes.
Right.
And I think
See
they
through
have
the
also
rat
keen
eyes.
smell.
Right.
So if something, I don't know
Hello.
if that sense would come off, but
1 second.
Okay. All right. I will clue you in if there's anything interesting that gets discussed there.
groovy.
Perfect. Okay. We're moving on. Moving on. Okay. As I said, his eyes, the king, were fixed on Sir Roger's bier. At the center of the nave, before the shield pulpit, lies Sir Roger's bier. His body has been washed, anointed, and dressed not for court, but for honor. He lies in a surcoat bearing the arms of Tylburn, his sword centered on his form, gauntlets laid crossed over his breast, and his spurs fixed one final time to his heels. His helm rests at the head of the bier, its crest shrouded in white silk. His bier is covered by a funeral pall of white cloth worked with a red spear broken at the midpoint. The emblem of the spear of shattered sorrow, reminder that grief born nobly becomes sanctified. At each corner of the bier stands a temple knight, in polished mail and white mantle, motionless as statues, heads bowed over reversed spears. I need a DC. I need a perception check from anybody. Nope. A perception check from. Let's go with Orsine. Yeah, let's go with let's go with Arsene and Monique. You could roll for Monique too. Actually, let's go.
Holy smokes!
Oh, there you go. Was that Arsene's?
That's our
Seems good.
scenes.
Okay, then don't bother to roll anything else.
Okay. I don't know that he was gonna do much better than that.
Yeah. You hear behind you. I guess we got Sir Conway Lenza and his wife. Sir Conway says, leans over towards her and says, "A fine display," he murmurs. "The temple spares no effort when the king grieves." Lady Hussein Anamis does not answer. She is simply staring at the beer. The beer waited. Sir Roger lay as before, armor set, sword laid out, but something had changed. Not the body, the room. People did not merely grieve, they measured. Who stood near the king? Who sat near the king? Who avoided Dame Caffin near the entrance? Who dared look at whom? When all are assembled, the clergy begin. That was a pause, gentlemen, in case anybody cared. Okay.
So is there any way to tell ourselves who avoided Dame Caffin?
If you were, I know that somebody was it a Isolender noticed Dame Caffin specifically out in the courtyard. We talked about circles forming, not lines, and circles formed around her. I think that it was evident from out there who avoided her and who did not. The impression you got was that Princess Alenza, Trota Dariun, the Sir Tarkin Hernan, they were kind of clustered around as a group, and then others like Sir Corus Erebor. Well, he probably wouldn't have been present, but there were others. Kind of Kuro, Migray Hosath, that clearly Chesaline and her daughter, that were not in those circles.
Okay. Can either Monique or Arsene make a medicine check or a nature check to understand, get an idea of how bad the king is, seeing him close?
Sure. Yeah, she's sitting right at his left shoulder. So absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do Monique.
Let's do
she's more
checks.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, she doesn't have medicine. Oh well. Zoinks! She's just trying to figure it out.
Oh my god, he's dead.
17.
Shut up, you.
17.
17.
17. Certainly ill health. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We've made it clear.
Yeah.
You know. I don't think I think an accurate assessment would be not ill enough to be in bed, obviously, because he's here, but he certainly needs support. He's clearly witted enough to know why he's there, grieving. He's
paying attention to the ceremonies.
Yes, and I would say that I don't know if Monique would know this. Arsene, you might give me a religion check.
Okay.
For either one of you, whichever is stronger.
She ain't got no religion. +3 though, because she's smart. He ain't got no religion. She's 0, so she's actually better at religion.
Okay.
I'll do her again.
Okay.
Ooh, no.
You wouldn't be
no
okay.
Bueno.
Okay. You would. You are. I would say I don't know that anybody. I know that they would have. I don't know how many funerals at this level you've attended.
Right. Probably not that many.
Right. So you're not certain, because you haven't been briefed on it, this aspect of it in that level of detail. You were kind of briefed on your role here and all of that, and where you'd be sitting and what would be happening and who would be, but you're not so intimately knowledgeable about what's about to happen, in that you're not sure if the king is expected to speak
Right. Okay.
or not, if he has a role to play in this ceremony at all, because if he did, you would get a better sense of his abilities when he's
Gotcha.
doing that. It's a little bit.
Right.
He
Can
came
he not
in.
speak? Is he coughing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he? Does
Gotcha.
should he have? And he chose not to. Is he expected to and he didn't? Well, then if he didn't, it's probably not because he didn't think it was appropriate to speak on behalf of your father. It's because he can't speak on behalf of your father. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Fair enough. Okay.
So it might be
fair enough.
So you might want to hang on before you make that assessment, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
But for
fair enough.
Okay. When all are assembled, the clergy begin. The chant rises. But it sounds different to those familiar with such things. Heavier, like something pressed beneath it. First to step out of the entryway's shadows are the honored representatives of the temples Peony and Savnor. The most reverend Brighinge of Kinge, Sulapleen of Peony, walks in procession, together with Reverend Marnile of Ludos, Pelnala of Peony. They are adorned in their traditional white and green robes and are escorted by a pair of Loranian clergy. They are followed by Conan of Walchalk, Ibarti of the Temple of Savnor, dressed in purple ceremonial robes and grasping an ornate staff of his office, bearing an equally ornate black lantern, Ula, atop its length. With him glides 4 hooded Haliki, priests and priestesses of the Knower of Many Things. They take their seats. These honored and revered guests settle into the first pair of angled pews to the left of the high altar. Their respect for both the Loranian faith and the departed soul of Sir Roger evident in their very presence and solemn demeanor. A line of Loranian priests and priestesses now process slowly down the nave. They wear layered vestments of white, silver, and deep crimson, though each bears a black mourning sash across the breast. At their head walks the most reverend Turnal Dariun, Rikella of Kefris, carrying a reliquary containing a symbolic fragment associated with the temple's sacred legend of sorrow born in faith. Behind him comes the high celebrant, Reverend Denny Turkey, Saralan of Lorani, bearing the Almarata, the holy book of psalms and hymns named for the traditional high mass, of which this ceremony is part. Immediately behind him processes Sir Lysat Haith, Rablena of Lorani, holding aloft the spear of shattered sorrow. The holy spear of Lorani, prized possession of the Temple of the Spear of Shattered Sorrow, forged in grief and consecrated in mercy. The Spear of Shattered Sorrow is said to have been born from a fragment of the first spear cast down by Lorani.
Ooh.
Whoa.
goddess of compassion and remembrance. When she wept for the sorrows of her people, it is both weapon and lament, a holy symbol of solace and a promise that no sorrow is forgotten, and no soul unloved. At the base of its point, where shaft meets blade, a weeping figure of Lorani, veiled in sorrow, surrounded by rays of fractured light. Tears of crystal hang from the spear, each one said to hold the sorrow of one who is past, and the love that remains. Ruins of ancient script are etched along the blade, telling the tale of sorrow, remembrance, endurance, and grace. To wield it is not honor, it is burden, it is prayer. 2 acolytes swing censers before them. 2 more carry tall wax candles, glowing with their mystical, vibrant red and white light. Bishop Dariun, Reverend Troki, and Sir Lysett stop before the bier. Heads bow. They take a moment. I need everybody to give me everybody that can see the head of the bier, which is pretty much everybody, if you look over your left shoulders. If you're behind several rows of people, I'm going to say you cannot necessarily see this. So I'm afraid, Fabian, you're out of luck.
That's fine.
What else do we have here? Am I on the right layer? I'm not on the right layer. I'd say Thalander's out of luck. Yeah, Thalander's unfortunately out of luck on this. Mateus, you're probably okay. Although there's a couple of people in a pew. Maybe the members of the Brotherhood of the Griffin can see this. Arsene, you definitely can see this. Anyway,
Yeah.
So I need perception checks, please, from those who think they have a line of sight. If you have a contested line of sight, I will adjust the DC accordingly.
15. Monique's gonna give a look. 19 for Monique. Grim. Don't you think Grim's chances are? But I'll do it as Grim.
Oh,
Grim's.
Where's Grim?
Jeez.
Where's Grim sitting?
Grim's sitting over here.
Yeah, I see him.
And then Islander. For shits and grins.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. He's probably like seeing, looking at the rat.
Yeah.
What's a rat doing in here?
Arsene rolled a 19. Well, you got 2 Arsenes there. There's one.
That's Monique. That
Monique's
one was
19.
Monique's the 19, and Grim's at 22.
And Arsene's right, and Arsene's at 15. I guess we'll give it to Monique and Arsene, since together they're probably the most closest, and ones would be looking over their left shoulders. You see Sir Lysett's eyes sweep the assembly, not just in blessing, in warning. The celebrants then walk around the great shield, mount the steps behind, and take their places on the high altar. Oops. Hold on. Behind them comes more priests and priestesses, acolytes, and the temple guard, knights of the Order of the Lady of Paladins, militant servants of Lorani, charged with protecting the faith. The soldiers of the Shield Maiden of the Worthy Cause take their places in the final rows of available pews. Oops.
I don't know how good the noise canceling is, but just so y'all know, I live on the street that leads to a lot of bars. So on Friday night and Saturday night, I get a procession of urban music. So just let me know if you're hearing some in the background.
Oh, nice. Oops, hold on. Okay, yep.
Arsene's put his AirPods in. He's listening to some emo music.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arsene likes him some rap.
That's good. Come on. Damn it. Okay, we're going to do this one at a time.
You know what?
Yep.
Can you all hear this?
I cannot.
I can't hear
All I can
anything.
hear
Okay.
is the Sirenscape.
Great. Well, it's pretty good sound deadening, sound canceling headphones.
You moved into a party neighborhood, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. Sometimes it goes for like 20 minutes of these cars just driving down,
Oh wow.
making all this noise. I love it. It's cool. It's usually done by the time I'm going to bed anyway. So.
I think that's the whole congregation.
Wow.
I think that's everybody, boys. It's full church.
Holy shit. If we blew up this whole church, we would so level up.
Fireball.
Fireball.
Finally, as the musicians of the choir loft break the heavy silence with their hauntingly beautiful music, the temple choir chanting low and unadorned are the last to enter the temple. The opening chant is not joyful. It is grave, measured, martial. Lady of the shielded heart, receive the weary hand, guard the faithful blade, and lead the valiant home. The congregation does not join at first. They listen. Many bow their heads. Some soldiers quietly weep without shame. It is a choir chant. They proceed down the center of the nave, cross before the high altar, proceed up the spiral stairs, and take their final places in the choir loft. They split, by the way. They go two directions. They go to the spiral stairs here and spiral stairs there. If you can see those pings. The first portion of the service is now devoted not to prayer alone, but to witness. In the Loranian understanding, the righteous dead must not vanish into silence. Their virtues are named aloud, so that memory itself becomes an offering. The Rebleda, Sir Lyset, steps forward and recounts Sir Roger's lineage, his office's titles, and vows. But as he speaks, the titles feel sharper. Companion to the crown. A glance toward the king. Keeper of sworn counsel. A glance brief but unmistakable toward Dame Caffin. Ambassador at large. Born of Emelrine. Son of Roland and Beatrice. Beholden to Clan Tiamel. The honorifics continued, each one struck like a measured hammer. Adopted son of Kaldor. Purveyor of fine linens. Beloved father. Trusted friend. Honored colleague. Devoted Loranian. Sir Lyset speaks of him not merely as knight, but as protector, companion, and steadfast soul. He names courage in a fight, clemency in victory, loyalty without calculation, and the harder virtues Lorani prizes above battlefield glory, constancy, self-command, humility under burden, and mercy toward the weak. I need Islander and Grim and I guess Trigo to make me a perception check, please.
Okay, first up is Slender.
Slender's just rolling the dice.
Yeah, man. as Grim. And Drigo.
But Drigo's apparently lost in the beautiful choir music.
Double sevens.
Because Islander heard it, even though Drigo didn't. So Islander overheard Lexan of Yorner whispers to Gaward of Ended. Those would be the two men on the same pew as the two of you are sitting. He knew. So Lexan of Yorner whispers to Gaward of Ended. He knew something. No, he supported someone. That's why he's dead.
So,
At a chosen moment, Sir Chorus Harabor steps forward. He approaches the bier and gently removes the sword from its place of repose on Sir Roger's body and presents Sir Roger's sword to the high altar, holding it horizontally in both ends. The celebrant, Reverend Troki, lays his palm upon the blade and declares. You can picture there's the shield is on the shoulders of these 10 soldiers of Lorani, statues. And the shield is probably about chest height to a normal man standing there next. Those stone statues of the guardians or warriors, knights of Lorani, are probably man size, probably a little taller than man size. And that shield platform is sitting on their shoulders. And so Danny Troki is sort of on one knee leaning down, and Chorus, Sir Harabor is raising that sword up, and the priest is, or the celebrant is, sort of bending over and touching the sword. The celebrant, Reverend Troki, lays his palm upon the blade and declares, "Let no man say this steel was only an instrument of death. In the hand of the righteous, the sword is vow, burden, and wall. This man bore it in discipline and not in cruelty. This steel served justice." He pauses. His voice hardens. "If justice still has servants."
So, at that moment, can I use my telepathy to send a message to Chancellor Darian? And what I'll say is, and do you not think that justice will find you?
Okay. So your telepathic power lets you put any thought in any person at any time,
Yeah.
right? Do you have a limit to it, or no?
Nope.
Just range.
Just range?
Just 60
And
feet.
I think you need to see him.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and it doesn't even, it's not even like it's casting anything, so it doesn't even require him to
Right.
wave his hands.
Just a
or
voice
make
in my head.
magic
It's
noises.
just in a voice
It's
in
a
my
voice
head.
in his
You're
head.
All right.
Remember this happened to that in the village. I am your god.
Yep. Yep. All right.
Wow, Lorani, you have such a high-pitched voice. I never realized.
You see,
touch yourself.
You see Sir Durian squirm, or certainly react. He's not going to not react to a voice in his head.
Yeah.
So you see him react. He squirms a bit and looks
fun.
around like, who just said that? You know, like he's looking. Did somebody just whisper to me?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll finish that. If justice still has servants, a ripple, subtle, dangerous. I need golly gee willikers here. That's a technical term. I need Islander Grim. Probably Islander Grim. You guys just aren't sitting in good places, are you? All right, Islander Grim. I need another perception check.
Oh, wouldn't Drigo?
Oh yeah, I'm
too?
sorry. Islander Grim Drigo. Yeah, probably
Okay.
not. Probably not a lyric. Actually, probably not Islander. Again, maybe
Okay.
maybe Drigo and
No, it's fine.
Drigo and Grim.
All right. 9.
Ooh, 9. Drigo, you rolled 7, or was that the old? Oh, that was the other one. 17.
Look at that.
It's Drigo's
Coming
turn.
out.
Drigo's turn. Drigo, you're glancing toward this Islander.
You were nodding off, and Grim
Yeah.
gave you a little elbow to the ribs. Like,
Yeah, Grim gave you an elbow to this. You look over. You look as Sir Lysat is saying, if justice still has servants, and you get nudged by Islander, and you turn and kind of scowl at him, but as you do, you turn to face Islander. You catch a glimpse of Sir Derek of Brune. Smiles just slightly. The sword is then laid upon red silk before the altar. And Sir Chorus Harabor returns to his pew. Reverend Troki now turns. He returns to his place in front of the altar. He then turns to his left and beckons, "My king," and he bows to Megadeth. The words were not command, but invitation. King Megadeth rises. He need not speak long. Indeed, in a formal Iranian rite, brevity would carry more dignity than display. But his standing alone is enough to change the room. A king's grief legitimizes the grief of all beneath him. The room leans toward him. "I have stood beside many men," he says, voice steady but quiet, "and buried more than I wished." A faint ripple. This is not a quote, this is a comment on my part. A faint ripple. Too many knew that truth. "But few," he continues, "have stood beside me as Roger did." The king gazes at the bier. "I have lost not only a knight of worth, but a true friend. He served me with clean hands and an untroubled conscience. He spoke honestly when flatterers were silent, stood firm when lesser men bent, and held faith where others sought comfort. Can I get sorry, I'm trying to find the person I'm looking for. Oh, okay. Can I get a lyric and Islander to give me perception checks, please?
Not great.
Okay, and lyric? Unfortunately, neither one of you.
We were talking to each other.
You're talking to each other, or you're not looking in the right direction.
Yep, sounds good.
The king continues, "If the Lady Lorani keeps count of such things, then Sir Roger goes to her in honor." At this, many in the congregation will bow their heads deeply. Some may touch breast or brow in silent devotion. "I have lost," he continues. His voice catches, not theatrical, real. I have lost a man I trusted. He steadies himself on the edge of the pew. Not because he pleased me. His eyes lift sharp now, but because he did not. A murmur moves through the nobles. I need a... Estlander, give me a perception check, please. Nope. He stood where
Can't win them
others.
all.
He stood where others stepped aside. The king said. And for that, a pause, a long one. He is gone. I will not see his like again. Silence. Then the king sat, hard, as though something inside had been given away. He did not look up again for some time. This temple, dedicated to the spear of shattered sorrow, places special weight upon grief itself, not as weakness, but as a wound offered up and sanctified. The next part of the ceremony is the Litany of Sorrows, in which a priestess names the pains that accompany death, and the congregation responds. Can I get a perception check from Monique and Arsene, Alaric, and Slelander, please.
So 15 was Monique. Sorry, I'm trying to keep forgetting to change them. Arsene is not good. Did you say Islander?
I did say Slelander and Alaric, but Monique will do. That she did get.
Oh, let's see.
15.
Let's see what Islander. You know, he's been known to roll well on this once or twice.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
17. There
Okay,
you go.
Estlander less, even though, okay, Monique rolled a 15 or
A
the
little
10?
farther away.
Monique rolled a 15? Yeah.
Monique rolled a 15.
Monique heard it clearly. Estlander might have heard something. But but Monique heard it most clearly because it was directly behind her. Master Aesorn Firith, the man in red sitting on the pew behind her, whispers to his wife, "Note who does not answer." The celebrant, Sir Denny Trokey, this Reverend Denny Trokey, who's the celebrant, says, "For the grief of kin," this is as loud as he can speak in a church without microphones, "for the grief of kin," and the congregation responds, "Lorani, steady the heart." Everybody in the congregation pretty much knows that and responds. Certainly all the nobles, many of the merchants, certainly all the knights and the clergy. So there's a chorus of this, even if you individuals don't know what to say. Imagine the entire congregation responding. Even some of the peasants who might worship Lorani, although most of them would worship Peony. The peasants you can imagine are here, pressed up and struggling to find a good view against those gates to take in the spectacle. Right, they're there to see the king or to see what's happening. It's the thing that's happening, right? So it's the event of the moment. So they're there. Those that care are there to see that. Monique's composure breaks. A soft, strangled sound escapes her as she clutches for Arsene's hand.
Andy,
Yes.
at every one of these beats
Yes.
where the responsorial happens,
Yes.
can I attenuate it in Chancellor Darian's mind with a confess?
Sure. Absolutely.
Excellent.
No problem. You got your target. I can tell. You're fixated on Chancellor Dariun.
Hey, listen, like
Trona
that one
Dariun,
seems-
the exchequer,
I knew. Yeah, of course, the finance guy.
the finance guy. Sir
I
Trona
do
Dariun, the
that.
exchequer, Chancellor of the Exchequer. Sure.
I have my other target, but this one seems most fun for me.
Okay, good. Go for it. But you're breaking my concentration. Let me finish. All right. Next.
Yes, sir.
For the grief of comrades, the congregation responds, Lorani, keep faith unbroken. I need another perception check. This time, for, again, everybody mostly on the right side of the church. But let's see. We're looking for Bear and Tesla, who's right there. Yep, right in the middle of the nobility there on the right side. So, Alaric, you're up. Islander, you can do it too.
All right.
Oh, Alaric got a 15. Good boy. And not Islander. Nope. He's distracted by something. By a rat. I bet Islander sees a rat under a pew.
Yeah, I've been seeing a
That's
rat
what
the
it
whole
is.
time. Like,
Islander's going, ooh, food!
no, he's been going like it.
I'm hungry.
It kind of looks
Shit.
like his rat, but how do you really tell the difference
Islander,
between rats?
give me a investigation check. Tell me if you know that's Reaper. Or not.
He's really good at investigation.
Not today. Well,
Nope.
nope. You think it's just an average rat?
Big city. Lots of rats in a big city. Makes sense.
But Alaric, when the congregation responds, Lorani, keep faith unbroken, you see Baron Tesla bow his head sharply. Baron Tesla is here. He bows his head sharply. Said, Reverend Troki, for the grief of those who remain among uncertainty. He says, for the grief of those who remain. And there's a slight pause, and he says, among uncertainty. That line was not traditional. I need a perception check for Miss Lender and Drigo, please.
All right.
Oh, Drigo! You're awake?
Wow.
Dude, he's awake!
Drigo's been hot.
Yeah.
And it's under rolled a 10? Is that right?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drigo, you note that Dame Caffin stands perfectly still, but her eyes move constantly. Not sure how you know that since you're to her back, but you're the closest one.
The temples.
Yep. Lorani, grant clarity, is what the congregation responds to that last psalm. The response is uneven. Some voices falter. Some do not speak at all. I need everybody to give me a perception check, please. Everybody.
Okay.
All right.
Everybody gets to play.
Yes.
Okay, Slender. And I'm gonna go to machine.
So 8 from Drigo, 12 from Mateus, 21 from Alaric, 11, 20 from Fabian, 23
Wow.
from Arsene.
Arsene. Paying attention.
Yeah.
There's Grim. And then Monique
Mateus is too
rounding
focused on
out.
trolling.
Not bad.
No?
The
Wow.
Tylburns are paying attention.
I guess.
Sure are.
So they're not asleep at their dad's funeral. That's really
No.
reassuring.
No.
When is this over?
You hear, Arsene, you hear Lady Heseda Namis say to her husband, Sir Conway Lenza, this is no funeral. And he replies, no, it is accounting.
God.
Like as an accounting?
As in accounting of who's loyal and who's not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Denny Trokey continues, for words left unsaid. The congregation responds, Lorani, remember what love could not utter. I need everybody to give me a perception check, please.
Oof. Okay, I'm going to do Monique first because I'm already as Monique. Ooh, stinker. Islander. Double stinker.
Sounder.
Looks like Thalander's got the highest at 20. Thalander.
Hold on, Grim. I got 2 more folks. I
Okay,
gotta do here.
all right. 14 for Grim.
14, and rounding it out with Arsene. Let's see if he's still paying attention to what's going on.
No.
No.
I would say he was so focused on what he was so interested in what he just heard behind him.
Yep.
That he's trying to pick up more.
He's probably trying to process it. What the fuck does that
process
mean?
it. Correct, because it was only moments ago. This is literally This cadence is such. I'm just interrupting because there's so much going on. But Thalander, in the group he's with, hears a young mourner whisper, "I never thanked him." His master grips his shoulder hard. Then remember him well. It is the same thing now. Denny Trokey goes on. For the silence at the empty seat. The congregation responds, Lorani, make memory a lamp. I need a perception check now from Alaric and Islander. And why not Thalander? No. Oh, no. Mateus. Mateus, Alaric, Islander. But I'm afraid Thalander's not really listening to important people at the moment.
Oh,
There you go, Alaric.
yeah.
There you go, Alaric. You win. You win the prize. You win the
Perception.
prize. You win the prize. You win the prize, but all you hear is Aethel Atten behind you whisper to Gavel Zeradoff, I'll miss our discussions. Denny Trokey goes on. For the sword unbelted, the oath completed, the labor ended. The congregation replies, Lorani, receive thy servant. Everybody in the back gets a perception check. Thalander and Fabian. You guys get a perception check.
You're just making me do the rolls. Fuck.
Yeah, just roll twice. That's right. You're the only you two are the only ones in back. Good job.
Look at that.
There you go.
Nice.
Is that for Fabian? Was that for you or him?
That's for Fabian.
Okay.
I'm changing the names.
Okay. You didn't change the names?
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm both paying attention.
There you go. You happen to be okay. Well, Fabian's higher. Fabian, you happen to be sitting within earshot of Thane. Thane of Weldon, the Tylburn's loyal man, 60-year-old family butler, and you overhear him say to whoever he's sitting with, he was always so good to us. This portion often strikes hardest. Servants cry quietly. Hardened guardsmen stare fixedly at the floor. A widow, sister, son, or sworn companion may openly break down here, and no one judges it. In Lorani's worship, sorrow borne honestly is no disgrace. Pause. The bier is then approached by the Reverend Trokey and 2 attendants carrying silver vessels. He comes down, steps are behind the altar, behind the statues. He comes around, past the king, bows, and steps towards the bier. Sir Roger is anointed at brow, hands, and breast with consecrated oil. At the brow. For thought kept honorable. His voice lowers. I need a perception check by Arsene, Monique, and that's probably it.
Okay. Scene up first. 17. Monique. 19. Wow, Monique is kicking my ass.
Between the two of you, because you're closer, but between the two of you, his voice lowers. For truths carried. A pause. Even when they were unwelcome. He then consecrates the hands. For strength used in rightful service. His gaze lifts or turns towards the nobles. To resist as well as to obey. Everybody gets a perception check, please.
Perception checks for everybody.
Perception check for everybody.
You get a perception check. You get a perception check.
You get a perception check. You're just taking in the room, boys. Taking in the room. Fabian at 23.
Big roller.
Anybody over 15, basically.
Islander got over 15. And
Founder and Fabian.
Those over 15 can sense. The room understands. This is no longer only a right. It is a line drawn. And I'll repeat what the Reverend said. For thought kept honorable, his voice lowered. For truths carried, even when they were unwelcome. For strength used in rightful service on the hands. To resist as well as to obey. Then, Reverend Trokey blesses the breast with oil. For courage kept against fear, despair, and bitterness. He pauses just slightly. In softer, almost private words, he says, I need a perception check, surprisingly enough, from Monique and Arsene.
Arsene, okay.
Since you're the closest
Can
to
I
it.
use my last one? That was really good. 10 and Monique. That's persuasion. That doesn't make sense. There we go.
Oh, just
14.
Just
It's all right.
All right.
Is what it is.
You, in softer, almost private words, he says something you just don't quite get.
Right.
Something about,
Fine.
I mean, you strain. Something about broken world, Lady Mercy, pain, flesh not endure, soul lay down.
Got it.
A white rose and a red and white woven knot he places upon Sir Tylburn's chest. He then returns to the altar. It was placed upon the altar. Then the choir sings the principal funeral hymn. This is slow, processional, and widely known among Lorrainian faithful. Upon the red road walked the brave. Upon the white road walked the pure. And where the roads in sorrow meet, there stands the lady at the door. She does not promise winter's end, nor bid the morning cease too soon, but lights a lamp for those who wait, and keeps the watch beside the tomb. Here, the congregation joins in. I need a perception check from everybody in attendance, please.
Monique up first. 'Cause she's first. They should have like a re-roll button.
Yeah, that would be good.
See.
I also can't tell when the rolls start. There should be a way to mark,
Yeah.
in the chat when the rolls start, where the last set of rolls started. I should type something.
Yeah.
Type something as a line in the sand, so to speak.
Okay, so our scene got a 20.
Anybody
That's the
over?
best
Oh,
out of
anybody
our
15
group.
or 15 or over would have picked this
Fabian
up.
looks like he got
Fabian's
it.
at 22.
The congregation joins in, but for those with high enough perception, but fewer join in. Those who do sing do so carefully, measured, listening to themselves, listening to others. There's a lot of suspicion in this group right now. Now I need a specific perception check from Islander, Drigo. Yeah, give me Islander and Drigo.
Nice.
Nice.
Sweet.
Both of
Nice.
you. Both of you. Pick up on the fact
Head
that
on swivel.
Pick up on the fact that Sir Derek sings quietly, carefully, as though unsure whether he belongs among the grieving.
Sir Derek, the guy up here.
Yeah, Sir Derek O'Brien.
Okay.
And Eric, Drigo, Aaron of Hugh, and Jeffrey of Rowley are not singing at all. The men next to you. No, the men standing near, to either side of Sir Derek, are not singing at all. The sound fills the stone vaulting and rises into the rafters like a single great breath. It is not triumphal, it is resolute, pressed against the ribs of every soul present. Give me a perception check for everybody, please.
Also type
I
something
love
in the
the
chat.
perception.
Trigo again.
Drigo, that was Drigo's last roll, I think.
Oh.
Graham.
Got 19.
Our scene. And Monique. Ugh.
So we got Grim at 22, Fabian at 17, Monique at 15.
Monique at 15, Fabian 17.
So it looks like
Sundar
Grim, Fabian, and
13.
Monique, they just sense that the unity of the temple fractures into quiet calculation at that precise moment. Because Sir Roger is a knight, the temple performs a final martial observance. 2 Knights Bachelor of the High Guards, 2 of the men who were part of Sir Roger's escort, Sir Reginald Dane and Sir Sagard Marr. Sir Reginald Dane and Sir Sagard Marr approach the bier. As they remove his spurs, Sir Reginald hesitates, just briefly, then said, "His ride is ended." Sir Sagard adds, more firmly, "His example is not." Can I get a perception check from everybody in the audience, please? I think Eric might have gotten it in before I wrote test, but
Scene.
I should program a script button that says,
Yeah.
"Ask for a roll."
Mm-hmm.
It just types it in the chat.
I'm not even looking. I'm just changing names and then rolling. And
Yeah.
it's like, fucking, this is a lot of work here.
I didn't
Holy
want you to
crap.
have to listen to me.
Oh.
I want you to have to roll something. Just how awake?
No,
just a
I
question of
love
how,
it.
It's just a question of how awake you are during the ceremony. That's all. That's
It's
what I'm
just
testing.
funny. I'm like, close, open, but close. Yeah, the highest.
Well, yeah,
is
it's a
at
pain having
16.
multiple characters under control. That's well, the highest is I see a 17, a 16.
No, I mean,
and
sorry.
18.
The highest of my
Yeah.
group under control is 17 or 16.
So when Sir Sagard adds more firmly that his example is not, it is a bit of a challenge, soft but unmistakable to the congregation. Sir Reginald goes on to say, his vigil in the saddle is complete. Sir Sagard replies, his watch at the ford, the gate, and the field is done. Sir Lysat, from the high altar, concludes, let younger riders remember and be ashamed of cowardice. Can I get a perception check from Monique and Arsene, please?
Monique, she's paying attention.
Nope.
Not really.
Not really. She's grieving too badly right now.
Yeah, she's got tears in her eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Wiping it back. Let's see what Arsene's.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's far more
Nice.
stoic. He's like,
You
no,
are-
you're
you are-
crying. I'm
dude,
not crying.
Dude,
I was dust in my eye, man.
You're squeezing her hand at the same time, listening intently at everything that Sir Conwyn Alenza says right behind you. Because this man is, this couple is a fountain of knowledge. So in response to let younger riders remember and be ashamed of cowardice, you hear Sir Conwyn Alenza whisper, God's help us if they are not. The spurs are carried to the altar and set down there, signifying that his earthly ride is ended. His gloves are placed in his helm, and they are placed on the high altar. The knights return to their seats. All kneel. Can I get a perception check from everybody in the audience, please?
Start with Arsene. He's
Drigo got 25. Ooh.
Arsene at 20.
Arsene at 20? All right.
Owen Wick. Can't beat a 25, but she can see shit. Oh, wow. Everyone's paying attention here now.
Yeah, I guess.
Jeez.
Nice.
Sorry, guys. I'm the slow guy here.
Oof. 2 11s.
Grimmy Grim.
Looks like Thalander, Monique,
Let's see
Arsene,
what Grimmy Grim does.
Drigo, even Grim.
Grimmy Grim
Quite
at
a few,
19.
quite a few people pick up on the fact that while all kneel, even those who did not wish to, because to stand would be seen. Even the king. That moment matters. It says more than heraldry or proclamation ever could. Now, Reverend Trokey stands over the bier for the last prayer. He lifts one hand over Sir Roger and the other toward the high altar. Lorani, Lady of Honor, Guardian of the Faithful. His voice is no longer ceremonial. It is weight. Behold thy servant Roger, son of his house, knight of oath, companion of the crown, who bore sorrow without surrender and duty without complaint. We commend him not as a perfect man, for perfection belongs to the heavens alone, but as a man who strove, endured, and held true. He pauses. And pray for those who must yet prove the same. This was not liturgy. This was accusation. A pause. If he failed, forgive him. Monique begins to cry. If he suffered, comfort him. If he loved, remember him. The king kneels, but his strength falters. Marshal Haribor moves to steady him. If he fought injustice, Reverend Troki's voice steadies. Receive him with honor. Let him pass beyond fear. Let him pass beyond pain. Let him stand at last where no faithful blade is needed. Everything pauses for just a heartbeat. And then it happens.
And that's where we end the session.
No, not quite. We end the session as soon as 2 crossbow bolts land in the back of Princess Melium Alenza. And that's where we end it. And that's where we end it. 2 light crossbow bolts fired in rapid succession with high accuracy land immediately into her upper back and neck area. From above, from behind her and above. And that's where we end it. For tonight.
Oh
Gentlemen.
boy.
It's merely a flesh wound.
Oh,
Merely
my
a flesh
gosh.
But it's enough to drop her to the ground instantly.
Damn.
And that's
Oh,
where we
boy.
end it.
What the
Did
hell?
one of them happen to come from Chancellor Troda Darian?
No. All I will say is they came flying in over, I would say, Islander's right shoulder and just in front of Drigo and landed right here.
Oh.
The rat! Holy shit!
Right above the rat. The rat has been splattered with blood.
The rat.
The rat killed
Reaper's a badass. He's got a double crossbow. I'm taking out the road nobility. Who's with me?
Wow.
Man.
Holy
Hey,
crap.
hey guys, it's 11:48, man. I want to make sure we got here.
The D&D books to streamline that. Now you're kind of locked